What is going on, guys? Hope everybody is having an awesome day. But today I am bringing you the 5 NHL veterans who will likely get a boost from NHL 16 to NHL 17. Now, just so you guys know, I think this may be my last predictions video that I'm making. Unless you guys want me to make more, go ahead and drop it down in the comments below with other ideas. But I feel like I just kind of want to move on. But don't worry, I still will have more NHL content of the same quality coming out in the future. So the 2 requirements that I had when selecting players for this list was that they had to be older than 35 years and had to have a season that was better than their prior season. Obviously, there are veterans who are below 35 years old, but I just figured it'd be easier to select from 35 and above. Without any more time being spent, let's go ahead and jump into this. Alex Tanguay.
You scored 2 goals in Game 7 of the 2001 Stanley Cup Finals, including the game winner. Do you feel like you were hogging the puck?
Your jacket looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's corduroy.
Yeah, I know, it's beautiful. In the 70s.
Just before the 2016 trade deadline, the Coyotes traded Mikhail Bodker to the Avs for a couple of prospects and Alex Tanguay, who was actually believed to be an afterthought in that trade. But I think very few people actually knew the impact that Alex Tanguay would have on that Coyotes team. In 18 games with the Coyotes, Tanguay had 13 points, but more importantly, Tanguay was a spark plug for line mates Antoine Vermette and Anthony Duclair. Vermette alone doubled his monthly average for points output in his first month with Tanguay on his line. To my knowledge, the Coyotes have yet to re-sign Tanguay, but it seems like a no-brainer to me. Alex Tanguay is an 83 overall in NHL 16, and because of his impact on the Coyotes and the fact that the 85 overall Mikhail Bodker is no longer on the team, I expect Tanguay to get bumped up to an 84 overall in NHL 17. Zdeno Chara. The tallest guy ever to play in the NHL has been dropping like crazy in the last couple of years. Okay, so not literally been dropping, but he has been dropping in rating in the NHL games. From NHL 14 to NHL 16, Zdeno Chara has dropped for a combined 9 points. That's one of the biggest drops that we've seen for players that are still currently playing in the NHL from that game. The big man is 39 years old, and he's shown a ton of improvement from his last season. Now, the best way to tell this, at least statistically, is by looking at his plus-minus ratio. He was able to pull that up significantly. And if you guys know, this was a season that was not great for Boston goaltending. Not terrible, but it was not great because Tuukka Rask did not play up to his usual potential. Now, I don't think Chara will get a huge bump, but I think he definitely deserves at least a 1-point bump, bring him up to an 86 overall in NHL 17. Jaromir Jagr. This is the guy that I'm sure everyone was expecting was going to be in this video. At 44 years old, Jagr is currently the oldest active player in the NHL.
Oh my gosh.
Do I need a workout? 40 years old?
I don't think so.
That he's only 3 games shy of playing the entire season this year. And the crazy thing is that he's still putting up more points than elite players that are half his age. And to be honest, it's just incredible that we all get to see him play live, even if it's not his prime, because this is a player that people are going to be talking about for years to come. I mean, this guy is a straight up legend. The Panthers did sign him to another 1-year deal, so we will be seeing him for at least 1 more year. I'm not going to go too in depth on him because most people already know everything about him, and if you play Hockey Ultimate Team, you know that EA gave Jagr so many special cards this year. I believe he had up to 5 milestone cards and a couple other ones as well. Anyways, he's rated an 86 overall in NHL 16, and because of just this guy's sheer ability to continuously play at an elite level, even with his age, I predict he'll get about a 1-point bump, bring him up to an 87 overall. Francois Beauchemin. Francois Beauchemin is 36 years old and has spent his fair share of time being kicked around the league. But one thing about Beauchemin has not changed in all those years, and that is his reliability as a defensive defenseman. This year was Boschman's first year with the Avs alongside the defensive partners Tyson Barrie and Erik Johnson. The crazy thing is that Boschman proved to be more reliable than both Johnson and Barrie. By no means am I taking shots at the Avs defense, because I mean Tyson Barrie still had I think around 49 points this season, which is incredible. But Erik Johnson, you know, the guy was a first overall draft pick in 06. I have just so many questions about that guy. He was taken before Jonathan Toews, Jordan Staal, and I think Derek Brassard was in that draft as well. But the dude has just not really proven himself to be a first overall pick.
Alright, get me off the ice.
Regardless, Boschman improved statistically from last year as well by increasing the amount of points scored. While I'm sure EA will overlook his plus-minus as long as they look at Johnson and Barrie's plus-minus as well. Boschman is an 83 in NHL 16, and because he performed better than both Erik Johnson and Tyson Barrie in certain fields, I expect Boschman to get a bump of about 1 point in NHL 17, bringing him up to an 84 overall. Joe Thornton. Cut and dry, this is why Jumbo Joe is getting a boost in NHL 17. The guy is 37 years old and he's still the best playmaker in the game. He's one of those players that seems to get better with age. I mean, the dude's got an incredible beard. He's a selfless player, all-around asset to the San Jose Sharks. Jumbo Joe deserves a 90, in my opinion. End of story. As always, guys, let me know what you guys thought about my predictions in the comments down below.
You fucking suck, dick!
As well as tell me if there are any other players that you think I missed. But otherwise, boys, I will see you later. I feel like there's some sort of conspiracy out here, you know, the league doesn't really want to support the smaller teams, and you know, it's really not fair at all for any of us, and it's just really frustrating.
Gay!